Mozambique take on Nigeria in Group D action. Mozambique and Nigeria both coming off wins against Rwanda in group play, and we just saw one of the games of the tournament as Uganda edged Senegal in our first real surprise and upset of AfroBasket in 2025. Angola and Cote d'Ivoire a little bit later on, and we close out with a derby of epic proportions as Cameroon will take on Mali. Well, let's have a look at what the group looks like. It's Nigeria, Mozambique, Rwanda. Their job is done. Rwanda, they will be in the qualification part of the quarterfinals as they try to make their case. The winner of this game will advance to the quarterfinals automatically. And it's a stern test here for the Tigers, who are 25-0 since 2017. And alongside me, someone who knows a little something about that record, Nigerian international FIBA. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I know a little something about this Nigerian national team as we see them on the screen right now. They have been #1 in Africa since 2017. The keys to the game are so many for them, but I'm going to wait a little bit as we just talk about the atmosphere here. The atmosphere has been amazing in Cote d'Ivoire for this 2025 Afro women's basketball.
Yeah, well, when you look traditionally between these two teams, they've met 10 times in AfroBasket competition, and it is head-to-head. Mozambique has beaten them twice. As recently as 2013, that was the last time Mozambique has been able to get a win over the Tigers, and based on what we've seen, anything can happen. This is AfroBasket, it's 2025.
Seriously, anything can happen, and the last time these teams met was in 2023 for the quarterfinals, where Nigeria took that game away.
Yeah, and Mozambique impressive in their win over Rwanda. They'll look to bank on that performance. They have a lot of experience on their bench. And when you think about the matchups in various positions, Mozambique traditionally have been successful in competition. They qualified for 19 editions of this tournament consistently since 1983, and they had silver medals in 1986, 2003, and 2013, and they've been to the World Cup once where they finished 15th.
Yeah, I mean, Mozambique is a seasoned team. They know what they have to do, and they know what to expect. They know that this is going to be an aggressive game today. Not only the tournament, but today is the day where they can step up and show what they can do.
Well, it's time as we get ready. You know that in international basketball, this is part and parcel of the package as we get ready for the national anthems before we get into the game's action. Nous allons nous lever pour les hymnes et on commence par l'hymne du Nigeria. L'hymne national du Mozambique. Anthems now done, and we are getting very much closer to start of the action. This is the exchange of gifts, and I love talking about it because it's always going to be a piece of memorabilia that the players can keep and look back on, and you can try to remember the battle. Sometimes you want to not keep those keepsakes and just put them away, but you know, it's an important part of remembering the showcase that is the premier showcase of African basketball talent on the continent.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even now, I remember those moments myself, stepping away from the game of basketball as being retired, those memorabilia that I still have. And it's not like I look back on it and be like, oh, I remember. So definitely that is one for both teams to have something to switch on the other.
Well, before we get into the action, of course, referee Julie Rice Loriano from Puerto Rico, Arbia Belgit from Tunisia, and Aya Ahmed, she is one of the referees as well. All three officials, they are in charge of this one. And we have a look now at the starting five, and it's headlined there by Ezine Kalu, Amy Okonkwo, Elizabeth Balogun, Promise Amokara, and Janatu Musa that are available for Coach Rina Wakama.
And then all players played the last game, so I definitely think that she's going to have bodies coming in at different times in this game.
Well, when you think about keys to victory for Nigeria, what are you thinking, and where is your head at for Nigeria?
I mean, have that strong defense for Nigeria, but we'll wait before I talk about Nigeria as Mozambique starting lineup is coming up. You have Alaso, Mukururu, Lea Donge, Kovane, and Chizani. And so
Chiziani coming on in, and when you look at Coach Nasir Saleh, this team was very impressive in their win over Rwanda. They shared the ball very well, and the new coach taking over the helm as they try to redevelop their program. But this has been a program that has seen a lot of success on the continent, especially at club level, and now they're trying to get it at the national team level.
Yeah, Mozambique played very strong against Rwanda, beating them 55-72. So I definitely think Mozambique is going to come out here and be very, very aggressive because that is their DNA.
Well, now I think it's time for those keys to victory.
Let's talk about Mozambique as they are on our screen. They had Carla Cavane yesterday with 15 points and 9 rebounds, leading the way for Mozambique. And like I said, Mozambique's DNA is their defense and how strong and aggressive they are going towards the basket. They're going to look for Lea Donge early in the quarter and to get her started as she's the captain of Mozambique. But as for Nigeria, key to the game is just to have that strong defensive presence. They might pressure, they might bump you on the cuts, take care of the ball. They had 15 turnovers, and that's not their identity. So I definitely think those are the start to the game. Not playing at the pace of Mozambique, but playing at their own pace.
We talked about Lea Donge. She is an experienced veteran, 34 years old. This is her 7th AfroBasket.
Yeah.
First one was in 09. She's picked up 2 MVP awards at the club continental level, and I'm sure that she's going to want to make sure that this is a memorable one, and Mozambique are able to just pull the first upset in terms of the D Tigers and see if they can upset the 25-0 record from the continental champions.
We shall see as this game is getting started shortly here at the 2025 Women's AfroBasket in Cote d'Ivoire.
The D Tigers, they don't need any introduction. They're ranked 11th. They've been to 2 World Cups. They've been to the quarterfinal and 3 Olympic appearances. Mozambique, they pick up the first touch, and there is an opportunity that's gone astray. Mukaro can't finish now.
And you're going to see Mukararu do that every possession as she goes strong to the basket.
Quick transition play expected from both of these teams. Kalu pitches it to Musa inside. This is a strong matchup. Musa.
Yeah, I agree. That's the 2 matchups that I have down. Musa versus Donge on today's game.
Well, similar build and stature, similar physical style of play inside the paint for both players. Musa, Balogun. Pressure, they in an early man-to-man here, Mozambique. Kalu pulls up from the elbow. There is a touch on, and it's going to be Argelia will pick up the first foul.
That is her go-to move when Ezene sees her, reads her defense, has Amy Okonkwo come over, set that screen, and she patiently waits for her to set the screen, comes off of that, attacks it, and then she gets fouled.
Yeah, Sylvia Veloso, my correction, picking up the foul.
Yeah.
And Kalu will get the first opportunity. They're at the free throw line.
And that's also a matchup to watch. Veloso from Mozambique is very, very fast, but Kalu on Nigeria is also fast as well. So that is a matchup to see. There's matchups across the board. You have Mukaru from Mozambique guarding Balogun today. So that is another matchup. I think in size and stature, they're kind of equal and equal, but it's the energy of both of them that we'll see.
I think the area that also works for Nigeria, that the way they win is bench depth, and that might be a factor later on. But right now, Mozambique, Donge driving, strong. Cover comes across, and they will have a foul. Okonkwo looks like she's the one picking up the foul.
Yeah, you see Mozambique. Leah Donge driving hard to the basket, and again, she had 14 points, 9 rebounds in the game against Rwanda, so I think she's going to continue to see that. If you're Nigeria, stay in front of her, make her and force her to go left.
Lots of experience she can lead into. She will make the right reads at the right time. She is a continental legend, and here she gets the first opportunity at the free throw line. Donge.
Yeah, she's the captain, and this is a great start for her in today's game.
Signed by Primeiro de Agosto of Angola, 2013. And that's where she's played most of her club continental basketball, and she connects, and Mozambique have their first lead. The Tigers and Musa. Balogun. Now Kalu looking to work. Wide open shot. First one from the long range, and that one goes wide right.
Even though that she did not make that shot, that was good ball movement from the Nigerian national team.
They found a wide open shot. Balogun just radar off early. Pressing up on the Mozambique offense. Veloso gets by one. Into the passing lane. Kalu picks off the pass. It's Musa. Nice, well, a slower tempo start than expected here. Both teams being forced into the half court. Okonkwo kicks to the corner, and there's the opening 3-ball.
Yeah, Abu Kamara had some 3 balls in her last game against Rwanda. She's very poised when she shoots the ball. She doesn't rush anything. She doesn't force anything. So she's definitely going to take her shot when she's open.
Well, I guess that must be a good feeling for Abu Kamara. Pass inside. Donge, short jumper. That one just rattles off from Cavani. They have numbers here. Kalu attacks directly. Musa on the follow to drop in the 2. So Musa there to put it right back in, and you see the work, and they had the numbers, and the missed attempt results in a follow-up bucket. Time and space. There is some clean shooting, and it's Mokaro who lines up the 3-ball.
She's a veteran player from Mozambique, and she also not only just going to drive hard to the paint, but also spot up and shoot it on that 3-point line.
Mokamara to Kalu. Musa at the high post. Contact call there off the ball. You see Kalu's gone to ground. Veloso trying to walk away, and surprisingly, it is Kalu who's whistled for the foul. Second team foul for Nigeria. Veloso. They get into this. Cavani. The fake and the drive. Finishes short. Mukaro did everything right, but couldn't get the finish right there at the bucket.
She's going to drive hard to the paint, especially if you play on her top side. So this is a good start for them. Both teams are not really making their baskets, but how they're facilitating the ball or taking the open opportunity to attack is great. In this early game, they're shaking off the nerves that they had. Nigeria had a day off while Mozambique played yesterday against Rwanda. So energies are high right now.
Well, the Tigers had a convincing win over Rwanda, 92-45. It was the almost a 20-point victory for the Mozambican Pearls. But here's the drive. That one comes off from Okonkwo. Donge. Happy to just take the time. Now they try to work the matchup on the inside. And sees Carla Kovane attacking Okonkwo.
Yeah, they're really attacking the Nigerians' defense because you can see here right now, back to the basket move, and Amy Okonkwo fouls, and she has one foul now.
Third team foul. We just had 4, well, shall we say, tempered minutes because both teams playing with a little bit of nerves and haven't quite found the relaxation and flow. Hard attack, and Mokaro powers that in.
That was a beautiful move from one of the veteran players. She has 5 points right now.
Amukamara thought about dropping it into Musa. Okonkwo. That's a matchup she likes. She goes inside, touch. Just falls short. They pick up the rebound. Okonkwo get it right back. Rattles out. Well, trying to push the pace. That's so well read by Okonkwo. Is everywhere on the floor. Open 3-shot. Nope. Off for Zeke. Mozambique. Now they're going to push back, and Nigeria can't or haven't found their touch yet. They're getting multiple attempts.
They haven't found their flow because of the pressure Mozambique's defense is providing them.
The shot from the veteran Donge comes off the back iron. She thought that might have fallen in, walked back with confidence. The lob pass is too strong into the path of Veloso, pushing up the pace and tempo.
Yeah, Mozambique's defense has really stepped up because they know that Nigeria is a high-scoring team, but they've played amazing defense. And now, with that...
Another steal. It is. You see the ball come out, and well, we're going to see our first bit of substitutions from the D Tigers.
I love that we were saying the same thing and wanted the other one to say it, but yeah, here comes the substitution for Nigeria.
In comes Macaulay for Okonkwo, and we see Okoro get our first minutes. They continue with the full court pressure, trying to put some pressure on Veloso, handles it well enough. Mukaro. Mukaro had some space through the elevator pick. No, the attempt is blocked. Macaulay cleans up into the path of Amukamara. Macaulay. Now Okoro. Holding the defense well here, rotating. Amukamara drives, kick to the corner. Balogun, short jumper on the baseline, and the contact is called.
Yeah, that was great ball movement and spacing from the Nigerian national team to get the best shot. You see the drive from Amukamara to Balogun when she pulls her jump shots and she gets fouled.
Substitutions happening now for Mozambique. Zita in for her first Britta Byrne, and Chiziane as well. Free throws, I think, will be a big factor in this one. The ACC Rookie of the Year in 2019, Elizabeth Balogun, 24 years old. She played in 2 Olympics, and she's got some experience for her young years.
Yeah, she does, and she's grown so much. I said this the first game, the way that she has brought her poise from seeing her play and all the way till now has been amazing. Her growth of the game and her knowledge of the game has stepped up a level.
Well, she ties this up. We're knotted at 7 after 6 minutes of play. Zita trying to find Donge inside. Working very hard to just can't keep the ball there away from Donge Zenabosi, but Donge eventually gets it. No, that one up and under. Trying to work the low post option. get the veteran and the captain, Leah Donge, into the offense, and that's a good ploy by Mozambique.
Yeah, that's a very good chance for Mozambique to get going right now as the score is tied 7-7. I think when teams have played so much against each other in AfroBasket, women's AfroBasket, and even overseas, you kind of know their strength, and you try to fight that and execute the game plan to get the right moments that you need.
Well, in games like this, it could be the role players that you haven't scouted for too well that can make the difference. That shot comes off and is short from Chiziani. Into the hands now of Okoro, who picks up the point guard responsibility or carries the ball on this possession. Okoro. Macaulay with time, space, and strong.
Yeah, I mean, that's her shot. She's one of the versatile players on Nigeria as she pulls the trigger on that three-point shot.
Both teams great exponents of transition. Donge sent back, but the ball falls into the path of Chiziani, and she can't find the touch from the baseline.
We've been seeing this rhythm as the first few minutes of the first quarter, like everyone get those attacks to the basket, but they're missing their shots that they usually would make. So hopefully the energy and how they feel on both teams settle down a bit as the score is still 7-7.
Well, the question is it poor offense or is it great defense?
Oh, I think it's great defense.
The drive in from Zita, and Zita loses control, and this referees rule no contact. It goes right out, then more changes now. Well, you look at the work there as Amukamara's hand pulls the ball down, comes off the body of Zita.
Yeah, both teams are playing aggressive, high defense, and just to disrupt the other one's offense, but they're both doing it, and so it's very hard for either team to put the ball in the basket.
So defensive stalemate is what we are seeing as the ball gets turned over on the pass. Chiziani. Zita fakes and tries to pop, but no, great work there from Kunai Pana. She gets the ball into the hands of Captain Donge. Donge, hard attack. Gets right into the body of Macaulay, and you'll draw the foul.
I played with Leah Donge in France, and when she gets that ball and takes a moment, you can see she takes a moment and then she's attacked. She took her moment and then she's gonna attack the basketball. So if you are defending her and she doesn't go right away or make a shot, just know she's gonna attack hard and go to the middle.
It looks like it's very difficult to stay in front of her, and then there's body strength and also athleticism that just gives her an edge.
Yeah, I would give her some space. Allow her to shoot that, test her to shoot that shot, because she is a great driver to the basket.
Talucha is the nickname that she goes by, the legend Leah Donge. Spent some time or has been playing in France, and she's been Mozambique's cornerstone and veteran for multiple AfroBaskets, and she can't find the touch from the free throw line. Comes right back, short again. Both teams in the stalemate, and they uncharacteristically making unforced errors are the D Tigers.
Yeah, they both have 5 turnovers, and just not the start that you want from either team. A basket hasn't been made in the last 4 minutes of this game, so hopefully their nerves settle down and continue to gather together and have that chemistry.
Shania Pinto will see the floor now for Mozambique.
Pinto's a strong guard here. She's at the top of the key. You're gonna see her post up because she has a big, tall frame.
Zita. They find Donge at the top of the keys. Donge attacks Macaulay hard, strong bucket. And that is strong post play by Donge.
That is Leah's strength when she's on that top of the key and she rips through hard. One dribble, as you see here, and goes up against Macaulay and gets the foul, and that's what you want to see from Leah Dong, the captain for Mozambique.
I suspect we might see some adjustment in terms of the catch at the top of the key for Donge. Macaulay is forced off. Nigeria have gone into the red. 2 quick fouls for Victoria Macaulay, so that's a good job by Donge.
I would say Mozambique is doing exactly what they need to do, because already Nigeria has so many subs in this game, and that's how you get a team not to have chemistry, because they're subbing too much, whether it's foul or not playing well. So that is a good note for Mozambique.
Okonkwo off the pass from Kalu. Shield fire from the elbow. That one cleaned up and now well controlled here. Drive from Zita. A little bit out of control, called for the travel. Well, we've had just about 8 minutes and 40 seconds in this first quarter.
Yeah.
It's been low scoring, but this is the nature of a high impact, two very competitive teams who know each other well.
Exactly. This is the nature of both teams and how they're playing to each other's strengths, but they're equal in kind of a lot of positions. So just gathering themselves and making the best decision will help Nigeria put some points on the board.
And Abosi turns, goes left. The jump shot again, just there's a lid on the rim right now for the Tigers. Mukaro's pass perfect, but the layup, no. And there is a chance here for Nigeria. Been scoreless now for the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, they're not playing how we all have seen Nigeria play over the years, and whether that's having that day off and still having burnt legs. They're trying to make something shake, as you see Okoro go to the hole, trying to make something happen for the Nigeria national team.
You see the work there from Okoro, gets right into the key and is able to draw foul. This might be the way for them to start to get the scoreboard to tick over. Funanaya Okoro, 26 years old. Well, they still struggles from the free throw line. They can't find anything. And if anything, they want to unlock it here from the free throw line, and they do get it.
Well, we'll see what they have to do. They just have one more point that they put on the board from that free throw.
First score in 6 minutes. Like I said, here's the drive. Pinto spilling to the floor. They still have possession. 5 seconds in the shot clock. Pinto kicks out. Shot has got to come. Shot falls, and that is beautiful work from Mozambique, and the three ball falls right in.
Mozambique doing what they do best, and that is playing as a team, attacking the basket and finding the open woman in that corner, which was Mukaru, and we all know that she can light it up and hit that three-point shot.
Ingrid Mukaru, she puts a stamp on this one and gives a 5-point lead, and there's a call on the floor now. Referees are going to trigger the replay system, and I think this is to review to see if the shot got off in time.
Was committed. Let's go play. Main camera, stop, go back. Can you put the clock? Clock camera, go back. Now we need to go with main camera, and go frame by frame. Go a little. Go. Go, frame, go. Stop, contact Kupur.
Yes.
She's not of shooting, has gathered the ball to make the foul. Foul is on time, go ahead. Go play this main camera, go frame a little bit, go. So it was 0.1 when the foul, with the point of contact of 4.
Yes.
So we got the foul on number 4 white and 3 shots for 23. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And 0.1 on game clock.
Yes.
Yes. So after review, the foul was committed before the red light appeared. We got a foul on number white 4 and 3 points, 3 free throws for 23 green. 0.1 on the game clock.
Well, they do indeed review whether the shot was taken before and the foul call happened, and so it is, and you heard it right there. 0.1 seconds, going to be 3 shots for Azine Kalu.
Hopefully she's on the line and she takes her time, as every woman player has 10 seconds on the free throw line. So hopefully she gathers herself and be able to make 3 baskets.
We're talking about digging into bags of experience. Kalu, she is also a continental legend, and you see the work that she did in the Paris Olympics is what people will talk about recency bias. 18.5 points per game, was the 4th best scorer in the Olympics, and you know that is the stage that you want to perform on, and she'll try to replicate that here in this tournament as the Tigers chase their 5th title.
Yeah, she's broke so many records, whether that's in college or overseas or with this Nigerian national team. So I do think that she's going to up her pace. She only had 7 points in their first game against Rwanda, but I mean, I know Kalu, she can step up and do anything at any given moment to secure a win.
3 successful campaigns for Kalu. She misses that one, and well, it's been a successful quarter here for Mozambique as they take a 4-point lead into the the end of the first quarter. So 13-9 in favor of Mozambique. Their field goal percentage, you feel from Nigeria, they really did struggle to find any sort of flow from the field.
Yeah, you see here the 2 points. Nigeria just shooting 11 while Mozambique is shooting 18. 50% from the 3-point line while Nigeria is just 20. And then with the free throws, Mozambique is leading the way with 60%.
When we're talking about the defensive narrative, when you look at the 18% and 11, it really does speak to that. And the catch and shoot from Abu Kamara, that was one of the bright spots. The only real field goal we saw from Mozambique, I mean from the Tigers, other than the follow from Musa, and that was it in the first quarter.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to see for them, but those are the 2 ones that you can highlight. But it is Mukaru hitting that baseline corner 3 to put her team up, and she has done that. And here she goes in and out and attacks the basket hard and gets the bucket. And she's going to continue to do that the entirety of this game.
Ingvild Mukaru, 8 points and 3 of 6 shooting, and she leads the way. And when you think about the other veteran presence on the floor, they found ways to just make this Nigerian defense neutralize. 5 points for Leah Donge, and that's how you get to the 13 for Mozambique, just 2 scorers.
Yeah, she went to the line, Leah Donge, for 3 to 5, getting that movement, having 5 points right now for Mozambique. But those veteran players that have been in this position, that have played against Nigeria for many years, has definitely stepped up.
Courtside 8091, you can scan the QR code and you can get extended highlights, live streams, and scores. And join the FIBA family because AfroBasket 2025 is on here. Le Sport du Palais is where we are in Abidjan, and Palais du Sport, that is it. And if you're here, and if you want to keep up with the action, that's what you've got to do.
I don't remember the last time Nigeria has been down in any quarter in multiple years. So I know, I could see the look in their eyes right now. They're more upset at themselves for that performance. So I do think in this second quarter, they're going to step up.
Well, if they don't, we might see our second upset of the day. And you don't know what I'm talking about. Uganda picking up a win over Senegal just a little bit earlier. But here we are. And it's going to be the Tigers basketball. 9 points, held under double digits in the first quarter. Inside to Musa. Musa pulls a step back, rattles out again.
I mean, that was a good offense from Nigeria, but they could not connect on that shot with Musa.
Looking to work inside the paint now are the Tigers. Leading scorer, Mukaru. Zita now has Musa in front of her. Shot clock winds down. Trying to pop it in now. The defense holds, and Kovane, the ball comes in a bit late and she doesn't get the shot off.
We know that Nigerian DNA is their defense, so that is actually a good segment that they just produced right now, and hopefully that gives them the momentum that they need to score on the offensive end.
Abu Kamara. It's Kalu coming off the screen from Okonkwo. Kalu perfect pass. Musa elevates and lays it up and in.
I definitely think that's going to be a highlight, how Kalu came off of that screen and found Musa diving strong to the basket for a 2-point.
Yeah, great eyes and great pass to find Musa in space. Zita. Mokaro trying to work against Amukamara. Kick to the corner. And now the pass doesn't find the hand. They were looking for Cavani. Last touch of the Tigers, 1.5 seconds left on the shot clock.
I like the matchup between Pinto and Balogun. They're the same stature, still two young players that has elevated their game. So watch out for that matchup.
It will be fascinating to see how they try and neutralize each other. Good attack there from Pinto, but they've got to get a shot off here quickly. Shot does get off in time from Mukaro, chased and boarded by Kim. And the finish inside, Cavani.
Mozambique beating Nigeria on that offensive board, going up strong and not quitting on the last play.
Amukamara now kicks to the corner. Kalu, touch on from Pinto. Kalu, up, powers it in, drops it in, you get 2 extra points.
You love when the floor general, the smallest one on the team, but the biggest heart is battling and gets a foul.
Well, there was hard contact on the right hand. She did very well to pull through the contact from Zita and get the finish.
I mean, that has brought energy. Kalu has always been a player that has energy, the one that rallies up the team on offense and defense. So this might be the key that they need as they get going in this quarter.
Zita, second foul, so she heads out. First team foul for Mozambique in this quarter. And when the chips are down, you'll see the theme throughout this tournament. The veteran floor leaders, you go to your experienced players to see if they can provide you either playmaking or some scoring on the floor.
Yeah, that you definitely have to go to your veterans, especially with the tempo of this type of tournament and type of basketball.
Well, fighting their way back now. The Tigers back to 1-point differential. Donge trapped, but the foul came in. Foul count might be a factor when we continue to look at the frequency of fouls that we're seeing. The board is starting to spread for both teams.
Yeah, Balogun has 2 fouls. She looked over to her coach and says, "Trust me, I got it. Leave me in this game."
Veloso drives right by Kalu. The defense holds well enough from Kalu. She's got the ball. Nigeria trying to mount a run of their own here. Pass to Musa. Well, that is perfect execution.
That's perfect execution, how Nigeria broke down the 3-2 defense of Mozambique, and that has got them going.
Well, the second quarter starts with a run from the defending champions, and 7:37 left. We have a timeout called as Nigeria pick up a lead.
Aulda com a Musa, entra tu para Musa dentro e tu mantém o teu homem. Não podemos perder bolas, Leia. Atenção, equipa, desculpem lá. Com mais consistência no ataque. Oportunidades fáceis, nós temos que converter em ponto. Não há switch enquanto não houver necessidade. Responsabilidade individual. Mantém tua Musa dentro e continuamos no perímetro. Iniciamos com flare agora, tá? Com flare. Tá? Tu a jogares o pop-out fora, tá? Vem do teu lado a Xanaia, tá bem? Tu é que vais jogar o bloqueio de frente com a Tanaia, tá bem? Tu é que bloqueias a Xanaia, tá bem? E vai para o lado contrário. Vamos lá, equipe.
Um perímetro interior.
Vamos. Vamos. Tu vais receber o bloqueio, joga dentro, tá?
Time is back in, and the fight back has been on from the D Tigers. The first quarter went the way of Mozambique, 13-9 the score was, but now the fight back. Ingvild Mukaro's 8 points that she had in the first quarter, they might look to her as an outlet to spark the offense here in the second.
Yeah, we heard all those in on the timeout. It's just like attack the basket and just be poised in the offense.
First attempt out of the timeout is not successful, so it is Nigeria. The kick out, Kalu, time, space, strong on the shot. Mozambique control. Lucaro, the pass to Pinto. Pinto is not pinpoint, but the ball comes right back, and now Pinto turns. Great defense from Balogun. And Kalu spills to the ground. We have seen some really awesome defense inside the paint from both of these teams. There's no uncontested shots happening, and shot blocking has been prominent, whether it's the contest or the actual shot that's being blocked.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a very physical game on both ends of the floor. You see Kalu here tumbling just by the Mozambique's defense.
Donge, second foul. He's got 5 points. Kalu. Okonkwo. The shot is wide open. The shot won't fall. They pick up the rebound again. Musa taps it back now. Chance to drive. And there is, I guess, a letdown, a little bit of a sigh here from Ife.
No, I said, wow, that's a great move by Mukaru. She's a veteran player. She was falling out of bounds and threw the ball off of a Nigerian leg. So it rewards Mozambique for another opportunity to score. I'm not biased.
Veloso, I don't think you are at all.
Good, okay, good.
Pinto, picked by Kalu. Now Kalu attacking. Wow, loses a balance, not sure what happened there. The contact is called, and it's called unsportsmanlike. Pinto trying to recover. Kalu spills to the floor hard. Unsportsmanlike foul is called.
Yeah, both teams are fighting for a win right now. It's so aggressive here on defense. Kalu stole the ball from Pinto, goes up, but then gets fouled by Pinto.
Well, I don't see any contact there. I think they need to have a look at that. Kalu just lost their footing, and maybe, or you think the contact came in the back?
I was looking at her upper body, yeah.
Well, Pinto's out.
And it could have been an awkward fall for Kalu that the refs were like, okay.
2 shots and possession for the Tigress. Timeout is called on the floor.
I mean, we've said from the beginning, each team knows how physical this game is going to be.
Now confusion because there was no official timeout call. You see the table calling the referee saying there was no timeout call. Time has got to be back in. So it's just 2 shots plus possession.
Rocky start for Nigeria in this game, and just only up by 1 in the second quarter.
And whether it's the play of Mozambique or struggle from Nigeria, you have to give some credit to the defense, since we've been talking about it, the way that Mozambique have come out and made it tough for Nigeria on the floor.
And I just think that's execution of a game plan when they watched against Nigeria versus Rwanda. Mozambique knows many times they played against Nigeria how an offensive threat they are, that they knew in the beginning of tip-off, we need to be aggressive on defense, and that's exactly what Mozambique has shown.
6 makes from the free throw line for Kalu now, as a total moves up to 7 points. Correction, 5 makes from that 3-point from that free throw line. Still 18-15 the score. Veloso pitches the ball in there. Kovane. Isolation in the low post. The turn, and that is great work. Mukaro cannot be stopped.
Yeah, that's a mismatch for Mozambique, while Mukaru is guarded by Mukamara.
Musa almost rescues that possession back, but it's Veloso at the point guard now. Cross it goes to Veloso. Mukaru gets into her stride, but that one out of control. The rebound as well picked up by Balogun. Okonkwo steps. Okonkwo goes left. Musa again gets a touch, but the deflection again falls into Mozambique hands.
I mean, Nigeria is having these opportunities, wide open opportunities. They're just not capitalizing on that.
The game can stay close, and it will give Mozambique continued hope, change the narrative here, and maybe hand Nigeria their first defeat in 25 games.
Oh, it's a long game here today, and the score is 17-18, so we'll definitely see who ends up with the win today.
Donge! Well, turns and powers that one in, up to 7 now.
Yeah.
Kalu trying to drive baseline. That pass spills. Had no idea what Kalu was trying to do off that.
I have no idea either, but the way and the tempo of Nigeria has been very minor. You see Leah Donge here going up strong, going to the middle, doing what she does best. She has 7 points for Mozambique, 10 points in the paint. Mozambique, I can say, are playing their basketball, while Nigeria is kind of struggling a little bit on the offensive end. And so we'll see if there is a stop or a play that gives them that momentum to keep going.
For Nasir Saleh, that means that the game plan that he's put together for this particular contest has worked pretty well in the first 16 minutes of this game. Veloso. Donge. A little handoff to Zita, hands back to Veloso. Now a screen at the top. Ball movement was slick, but defense was slicker. Now Kalu. Trapped. Gets the pass away. Macaulay's back in, passes to Musa, finishes.
And that's what you like to see, that type of movement with Nigeria to put some points on the board.
Almost a guaranteed bucket every time Musa catches close. She moves up to 8. Pass. Chance to go to work, and there is footwork from Cavani that it's been a tough time for Macaulay inside. They really are looking to attack her every time that she's got a player on her.
Yeah, I mean, that will be her 3rd foul, and she's very needed for this Nigerian team. She had 13 points and 5 rebounds her first game against Rwanda, so that kind of puts you in a deficit when you are in foul trouble as a player at any given moment of the game, because you play timid. You're in your mind. So hopefully, as she's a veteran player, the coach leaves her on the floor, but Mozambique knows that she's in foul trouble, so they're probably going to take it at her for the next possession.
Well, one of the many players we've seen on the floor with WNBA experience, there's a lot that she can go into. But those 3 fouls will be a problem for any player. You got to play a little different, and management is key. Musa cleans up the rebound. Amo Kamara cuts pass to Musa. Musa back out to Amo Kamara. Kalu. Macaulay trying to find her feet there inside. Ball is taken away.
Yeah, that's great defense from Mozambique right now. They played great defense from the start of this game till now in the 2nd quarter.
Well, that is great defense from Kalu, and she'll float in, and easy work. She really does make defense become offense every time she picks up those steals.
And maybe that's the play that this team needs to continue to rally and make some offensive movement.
Kalu trying to lead the way defensively here for the Tigers. Donge, Veloso. The shot was online, but Macaulay there to pick up the rebound. Steps through the defense. Pass to Okonkwo. Okonkwo shot still.
Yeah, she has been wide open, but has been 0 for 3, and that is her money maker, those 3-point attempts.
Musa blocks, and there is taken away. She's able to pick up possession, then gets stolen by Veloso. Back and forth, and 2 points for Veloso, putting her own brand of defense on.
You see right here, she's going up strong, and she gets the block from Musa, but then she loses it, and then Mozambique was rewarded 2 points.
Macaulay still just trying to find confidence. I think the 3 fouls has been a factor, and it's showcasing their body language on the floor, trying to find some confidence, and misses that shot, but it's still the Tigers basketball.
You know, when you're not having a good game as a player, it's not all about offense. You find your ways to get that confidence. That's setting good screens, that's talking and being encouraging to your teammates, that's hustling for the plays. Those are things that are not on the stat sheet. So I encourage every player that's listening, it's not all about offense. It's about a team cohesiveness, and it starts with those little things.
Couldn't have said it better. There's the shot that comes from Kalu. Kunaya Akpana is in. Macaulay going to get a breather for the final 2 minutes of this first half. We're locked at 22. Musa. Wow. That's shorted, but they still have a chance here. Second chance possession.
I have no idea how many times that they had easy baskets and then just missing them. Very unlike Nigeria.
Kalu on the baseline. Kalu's floater is strong. Well, Akpana can't wrestle it back, and the rim literally looks like it has a lid on it for Nigeria, and the struggles from the field, well, for both teams really in this first half.
Yeah, but kudos to Mozambique for playing amazing defense.
They have worked defensively. Now the call, and the question is about whether the shot went up and whether there was going to be a shot clock violation. But I see another contact call coming in from the referees, and we're going to have 2 shots. There is now a timeout call by Mozambique on the floor, and there will be 2 free throws for Nigeria on the other side of this.
Concentração. Estão distraídos vocês, pá. Concentração. Após o bloqueio, disputamos os ressaltos. Não há saques para fora. Ganhar ressalto, equipa. Troca com o Enguivilde, tá? Sim. Jogas o primeiro homem grande, tá? Sim. Tu fica com a Musa, tá? Sim. E jogamos elbow, tá? Com Carlos aqui, Enguivilde aqui, tá? Tu vais este bloqueio sobre a Silvia, tá? Do teu lado, a Lisa do lado esquerdo, tá? Step e vem cá para dentro no fake. Xané do lado contrário. Quando tu jogares o bloqueio, passe dentro. Quero um novo bloqueio para dentro da área. Atenção, quando fizeres pop-out, passa a bola e corta. Isolar dentro em Guivilde, tá? Vamos lá, equipa. Bora.
Vamos. Moçambique.
Ei, não sofrer, tá? Vamos lá.
A titanic struggle here between these 2 giants of Africa as they are going head-to-head on the continental showpiece that is AfroBasket. And here is Palace Kunai Akpana at the free throw line. 28 years old. There's just bundles of experience from the 4-time champions. They have depth at their bench, and another great example of that, born in Port Harcourt and a member of that 2024 Olympic team that made history for the continent. She gets 2 points from the free throw line. That has been one area where the Tigers have been very good. That's where they've earned their money today.
Yeah, they've been going to the basket and going to the free throw line as they have 14 attempts.
Drop-off pass and good finish on the inside. Kalakovane. That's the pass and the finish that combines, and some chemistry there. Mukaro, the facilitator, the finish there by Kovane.
That's a defensive lap for Nigeria, but way to be strong on that offensive board and just going back up for Kovane.
1:23 left. There's been very little between these 2 teams. It continues to play itself out, and as we get closer and closer and scoreboard pressure starts to build and time pressure starts to build, the ball comes off. Oh, no, Kovane. Now, confusion because the shot went up. Kovane had time, and the referees are going to have to figure out whether that was live or what the call is going to be, whether they're going to get back to the free throw line. And now a conference called. it was one shot because the and one went in. And I think this is where the confusion lies with the referees. And because she shot and got back the rebound, the bucket should have counted. Now, I think we're just going to go back to the free throw line, and they're going to well, this is very confusing about what's happening on the floor here. So the bucket does not count. And it is going to be an inbound for Mozambique. Mukaro will step back. Mukaro scores.
She's lighting it up for Mozambique right now with 12 points.
Just a lot of things happening. A little bit of confusion there on the floor. We'll clear all of that up as the shot from Okonkwo. Rebound into the hands of Kovane. Technical foul from Coach Rino Wakama.
I think that was from frustration from the confusion in the previous play, and then Palace trying to get the offensive rebound and getting fouled in her eyes and just not calling it. Sometimes, you know, coaches have that expectation and that passion, but again, this is basketball.
Ingvild Mukaro will take the responsibility at the free throw line. If she misses the take, they do have possession. Chance to really get it to go, and the conversation continues. Understandably so. There's been a lot of confusion here on the floor. Julie Rice, Laureano from Puerto Rico, crew chief. It is Mozambique basketball. Mukaro's shot, well, that's short, and it goes right out of bounds.
This just goes to show anybody watching this tournament, anything can happen in this game. Top teams can be at the bottom and bottom teams can be at the top. So you just want to give your all as you're playing this game.
It is the nature of tournament play, and it's very important to come to every game ready to play. Kalu drives, found some space. Now Akpana in and out, and it's going to be a travel call.
Just Nigeria really struggling in these first two quarters to just get some points. They have good looks, but they're just not falling, while Mozambique has stepped up to the plate and taken advantage of that, and that is why they are up 2.
1.5 seconds, or just about 2 seconds differential between the shot and the game clock. Veloso. Pinto gonna try and work the matchup. Pinto pass is perfect, and that shot looked like it got off in time. Well, visually it did, as Kovane drops the shot in, and I think we will likely get a review on that without a doubt.
Yeah, you can see out of the playback, it definitely counted, and great job for Mozambique as the halftime is 28-24.
That's right, 28-24 in favor of Mozambique, and they held a 4-point lead coming into the first quarter. They hold a 4-point lead going into the half, and well, don't think anybody could have predicted this scoreline.
Absolutely not. As you see here, 36% from the 2, 29% from the 3-point shot, 11 turnovers for Nigeria, 10 turnovers for Mozambique, but Nigeria is also winning on the rebounds, but 10 assists to Nigeria's 4. And Mozambique has really been facilitating and looking for their open woman.
Well, it is Mukaro who leads the way with her 12 points. Kalu 9, Musa 8. Musa was really effective at times on the floor, and Donge, the legend, working herself in the paint there. That 4 assist stat, I think, is the biggest tell that Nigeria are not in their flow, and they've been disrupted by the Mozambican defense.
Yeah, they've not been in their flow at all, but here was the first attempt from Musa at the beginning of the game as Kalu comes off of that and Musa dives, but it was Mozambique and how they've been battling and finding each other. That's one of the assists they got.
Well, that was one of the assists. When you look at what work has been done by Mozambique on the other side, they've also been able to find scoring on the interior at different times from Kovane, from Donge, and there is Kalu, who's tried to lead the way from the defensive end and also just floor lead in terms of her scoring when she can.
Yeah, you see right here, Nigeria getting their bucket from Musa, always diving strong to the paint, and it's just been really different to watch Nigeria struggle. But Mukaru doing what she does best, that mismatch against Amukamara and going up strong has really led the way for Mozambique.
All you need is one player to help spark the team, and Ingrid Mukaru has heard the call. Leah Donge has been great at times. She had 15 minutes on the floor for just the 7 points, and when she was on the floor, highly effective. And here's where Nigeria tried to make a comeback, trying to make inroads into that 4-point lead. But at crucial times, critical times, defense has worked, and then the steal on the other side. That was the highlight play of the half for me, where Musa picked up the block, but then the steal from Veloso, who got the finish. Well, halftime it is, 28-24, and we'll be back with some more highlights on the other side of this.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Certainly had the makings of comeback, but there is Peso powering up. Shallow feeds Kaba. Kaba trying to work inside. Oh, beautiful move. That is picture perfect on the interior.
I love a good footwork from post players. That's what Kaba does best.
From Leah Donge, it's the energy with which she plays every time that she is on the court.
Beleka pulls back. Dang, does a good job to stay in front, but Beleka does better as she puts it up and in. South Sudan, they get the ball back. That's what I meant, Asher. Washington drives it in, and Washington picks up the score. Chance here on the break. It's open, but access is denied, and that's sent back. Angola have got to find a way to finish close to the rim. There's the 2 blocks. Ball goes out.
Michamiza attempts the 3 points, makes it. It was all about the net there. It's a swish, nicely done from Michamiza.
Ibrahim showing some great footwork. Wow, what a superb finish. Fancy footwork there from Ibrahim. Driving in, sent right back, and Lamunu has a message for Mara on the defensive end.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball world.
Outstanding first half for Ezine Kalu, who is trying to lead her team as a veteran floor leader. We have 2 veterans in the game who have taken control, but let's have a look at what Kalu has done for her 9-point contribution.
Yeah, Mozambique is not making it easy for Kalu to get her points because they know she is the floor general of Nigeria, so they are crabbing her, but she found a way to get that bucket and have 9 points for Nigeria.
5 of 8 from the free throw line, but that is just the result of her aggression attacking the paint. She's turned some defense into offense, attacking timelessly, and she gets the score there. Kalu, that was the second great steal that we saw from her, and that's the best way to try and make this work. 3 steals in the first half, and I think we might see a little bit more work as she continues to try and get her team functioning at the level that she's used to.
Yeah, we hope that Nigeria comes out of that timeout. We see them warming up right now. Maybe they look laser focused even more because they know that they are down for the Mozambique.
Well, when you talk about leading your team, Ingvild Mukaro, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, and that's how she got to her 12 points. And you really have to love her aggression. And in a similar vein to what Kalu is doing, Ingvild has been a standout and just been the focal point of the offense for the Pearls of Mozambique.
Yeah, Mukaru has 12 points and she's been attacking it. She's been shooting her open shot as that 3-point that you could see, and she has no fear against Nigeria because she has been in this position multiple times and she's a veteran giving the energy for Mozambique.
Ferroviario de Maputo, Interclub of Angola, Costa do Sol, they all benefit from her services, and right now she is doing the work for Mozambique. In the second half, we'll try to pick up the energy the same way. This is her 5th AfroBasket, made her debut in 2015. And what a great game she's having in a game that matters. The winner of this one will advance to the quarterfinal. The loser will have to go into the quarterfinal qualification. We are back, and this one has the promise of an upset, I suppose. But for Nigeria, they'll be looking to continue their winning streak as Kalu with their 9, Musa 7, and that 1 assist. On the other side, Mozambique, they will have seen what happened in the previous encounter as Senegal went down to Uganda, and they'll be trying to replicate that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that if you're Nigeria, having a team that is going to come out and work harder than you, and that's exactly what Mozambique has done so far.
A 4-point lead. We've seen Kalu lead the way with her 9 points. And she's got to try and find some additional help on the floor. Musa, I believe, is going to be a big factor in the second half because they have few answers for her. But when you think about the work that has been done for Mozambique, and we look at Mukaru's 12, Donge's 7, and Veloso's 3.
That is more fluid across the board with those statistics, and they have been playing very, very well on the offensive and defensive end. As we see Mukuru right now, she has 12 points, leading the way for Mozambique, and I just think they're going to come out and continue to be aggressive.
I think a standout stat that we haven't spoke about is the 10 and 11 turnovers by both teams. For teams that take care of the basketball, we think we'll see it tighten up in the second half. Ball control and pace and tempo, and really just shot selection will be a big factor.
Yeah, we talked about adversity in the first game today against Senegal, against Uganda, and Uganda defeated Senegal. So what adversity Nigeria is gonna pull through? What adversity for Mozambique to continue to have this lead? And that's how you determine and stretch yourself from being the best team.
20 minutes, that's what separates us from a result in this one.
Okay, here we go. You good? Diamond?
We have a minute left before we start out, and Coach Rina Wakama, she's setting up her final strategy.
I mean, Nigeria needs to just come out and play their basketball, and I don't think they did at all in the first half, but they do have 20 more minutes to show up and show some pride for that Nigeria across their chest.
Well, Mozambique, they will be looking to, well, I suppose, send shockwaves throughout the continent if they are able to pull this one off. It's 4-time defending champions, and I will reiterate that that's 25 games undefeated across the 4 championships. And Mozambique, they hold a 4-point lead going into the start of the second half. Courtside, 1891. Scan the QR code, download the app for the live streams, the extended highlights, and live scores. AfroBasket 2025 features prominently in this year's offering. Well, time to see now what Coach Nasir Saleh has got in the bank, and what the game plan looks like is Chiziani gets the start, and there is Veloso, Kovane, Donge. First shot quickly there for Mokaro as she tries to just pick up where she left off in the first half. First touch for Nigeria. Amukamara looking to go to Musa. Dange picks up the pass, and there's a beautiful feed ahead. Drops in, nervy moment.
Mozambique has came out and started the game well with that steal and a 2-point basket.
Now 6 points, largest lead of the game for either team. Okonkwo, Kalu, pitches to the corner. Balogun, her shot just comes off the front iron.
I think Nigeria just needs to attack the basket. Stop settling for outside jump shots. Attack the basket, get the foul from Mozambique, go to the line and build that confidence.
Well, they need to find a touch, otherwise Mozambique will move up to just a 3-possession game. Donge waits for the cut. It's passed inside. Wow, that was good work from Kovane. She found the shot she was looking for, but it just wouldn't go in.
Yeah, that was a good cut, and that was a good find from Lega Donge, but she didn't convert on that play. And then she ends up fouling Okonkwo on that baseline.
Frustration turns into a foul. They pick up the first foul on the half. Donge is in some foul trouble with 3. Macaulay's got 3 as far as the foul scenario is called, and there is a foul on Musa.
gotta wait to your post player established position when you're coming off of that screen, because if not, then they're just gonna get that offensive foul as Musa just did.
Well, some great work there from Musa drawing the foul. We've seen some two fouls here. Donge. 13 turnovers. That's a number that will definitely not please Coach Wakama. But also shot is banked in. Big time shooting there. And now the leads will certainly be concerning.
She shot with confidence, giving herself 5 points in this game.
Kalu spills to the floor. Mozambique can make it a double-digit lead. Out in transition, drops in the pass and drops in the layup, and Chiziani given a red-hot start here.
Yeah, Chiziani has 2 points, and you can see the frustration on Nigeria.
Kalu trying to get it back.
I mean, she can't be the only player on Nigeria attacking the basket. That's exactly what you want to do early in the game. If your shots are not falling, attack the basket, as we see right here. The 3-point shot and the 2 that puts Mozambique up by 9.
Well, they've taken the lead up to 11 now, and what you see is that Nigeria haven't picked up a score yet in the first 2 minutes, and the disjointed play that's happened has continued as 4 fouls for Donge.
Yeah, she has to be very mindful of that because it's very early, and if I was Nigeria, I would attack her because she is a veteran player that her presence on the court really matters. But if you have her out the game, that is gives Nigeria a leeway.
Or Jo Kim getting ready there on the sideline. I don't think you can keep Donge on the floor with her 4 fouls. Got to sub out.
Let's see if Nigeria capitalized on that opportunity when they're back on offense. But Mozambique's offense has been very, very well.
Veloso, they shared the ball well. They found and made big shots when it matters. Veloso kicks it across. There's some pressure. Chiziani. The lob pass is errant. It comes into the hands of Kalu. They have numbers and opportunity here for the transition. Balogun. Indecisive means Veloso gets a touch on and it's kicked out.
They're not being very strong as we're used to seeing. Like, Nigeria understands. They have and always have since 2017 a big X on their back. And for them to be down by 10 points, they need to have more pride right now.
Amakamara starts the second half like she did the first and knocks down the 3.
Never too much, never too little from Amakamara with 6 points in today's game.
Looking to kickstart the Tigresses' offense. That's their first field goal in the second half. Veloso. Chiziani drives in. Is able to find some space inside the paint and is able to draw a foul.
Just a great look, position, and attack to the basket as she faces up and goes strong to the basket.
Yeah, Stefania Chiziani looking to give some extra value here. The Pearls of the Indian Ocean, that's a nickname that Mozambique have. And they have been superb, shining since the start of this one. 2 big-time free throws. The lead is just 9. Ball almost spills out from Balogun. Kalu gonna try and work around the screen. Musa's calling for it. Balogun drives. Caught in some trouble, and a bailout comes as the foul is picked up, and Jo Kim will pick up her first foul.
Even though Balogun was attacking the basket, your post player was asking for the ball. That would have been a better rotation again. Nigeria only has 4 assists, and that's unlike them, as they always move the ball and pass it to the open man. But when you get stuck and when, you know, everyone wants to take the opportunity to be the hero, but the hero is 5 players, not 1. So hopefully these baskets from Balogun can get that momentum and just facilitate to the open woman and pass it to your teammate.
Well, so far, the defense has certainly changed the pattern of play for the Tigers. Mozambique on the attack through Chiziani. Perfect pass. What a beautiful play.
Beautiful bounce pass and attack to the basket as she dumped it onto Jo Kim for the 2-point play.
Okonkwo inside. Okonkwo finishes. And there are some signs here that Mozambique, rather that the Tigers starting to find their flow.
That is Okonkwo's first basket of the game in this third quarter.
Veloso's attack is well guarded. They still have possession back. Ball falls into the hands of Mozambique, trying to fire off and go bank. Mukaro's shot into the rebound. Gives a chance here for Kalu. 8-point differential. Pitches to the corner, Amukamara open. She's hit everyone from the corner there, and now there is a foul as Carla Kovane comes across. Amukamara spills to the ground.
You see right here, getting her own attempt, and the foot of a Mozambique player tripped up Amukamara and sideline out of bounds for Nigeria.
Balogun, off she goes. Macaulay going to come in with her 3 fouls. Both players on 3 fouls, and so it's like for like in terms of that substitution. The handoff to Kalu, passes to Musa. Well, that's the money girl right now. That's where you've got to go on the inside.
I really like that 2-woman game from Kalu, always driving it and finding Musa in the right position at the right time.
10 points for Musa. It's a 6-point differential. Some time and space. Jo Kim, wow, banks it home. That is pinpoint shooting. She's given some extra value. Donge on the bench in foul trouble. Jo Kim finding some offense.
And you want to see that when you bring in your players to replace your starters or your go-to players on the team, that there's no drop-off, and that's exactly what she did. She spotted up and made her shot.
Carla Kovane will get a breather. You see Kalu go down. Chiziani picks up the foul there. Hilda Jo Kim, University of New Mexico. She played the Under-19 World Cup. This is her first AfroBasket. Kalu back to a place that has brought her most of her points in this one, as Mozambique are in the red.
This is her 10th attempt at the free throw line. Having 62% in today's game, and I mean that's what Kalu does. She definitely knows how to use her body and create that foul. But I want to see more green jerseys do that to help her in this situation.
They've just been masterful at frustrating the flow of the offense for the Tigers. Kalu's shot comes off. They get the ball back. A chance here to just put some scoreboard pressure back on Moz.
And she's doing all that she can. Kalu, the veteran player, just came off of shooting some free throws and was able to get that turnover to reward Nigeria back the ball.
Musa pitches the pass out. Macaulay makes the extra pass. Okoro's shot leaves it a bit short. The battle for the boards, there's multiple hands involved. It's going to be Mozambique basketball. See the wide open shot and the scramble for it.
That was a better offensive sequence from Nigeria, even though they didn't make it. So hopefully this rhythm continues.
Veloso. Screen at the top. The other Kovane sister. Drive in, and that's Musa again. Wow, she really is great on the defensive end.
Yeah, she's sliding her feet, keeping up with Mukuru as she attacks the basket.
Skies up, sends that one back out. Really should look to get her a couple more touches inside the paint. Mukaro. Veloso back to the basket. Kovane, no, the ball spills out. They have a chance here. Okonkwo. That's a good finish as she gets a little hook to go off the glass.
And that's how you can convert. When you play great defense, you reward yourself on offense with a fast break basket.
Back within 5 now. The Tigers. The ball moves into the hands of Mukaro. Veloso. Kalu saying that it came off the leg of a defender now. Jump ball called. And on the back of the jump ball, I see timeout at the table. It's going to be Mozambique calling a timeout as 5 points. It's what separates the two teams here. We've got 3:44 left.
Não importa os flanqueados deles, tá? Com Ingvilde aqui, tá? Com Delma aqui, com Shania aqui, com Vilma e com Hulda, tá? Yellow, tá? Pressionamos a bola e condicionamos o driblador, tá? Não importa para que lado é que ele vai subir. Quando ele mudar o lado da bola, atenção ao close-out, cima do perímetro, tá? Se houver um flash do lado contrário da bola, este poste tem que defender. E do lado da bola, passar à frente, fazer um swing e defender à frente, tá? Atenção, o retorno de bola na área. Posse de bola e tentamos o contra-ataque, tá bem? Acreditar, equipa, já estamos à frente, hein? Vamos lá, bora, equipa, vamos lá, bora. Moçambique, Shania com Stefania, Delma com Silvia, vamos lá. Vamos lá, poxa, equipa.
Look at the work that has been done on the defensive end. Musa, I do think that they need to see a little bit more service for her inside the paint. She has been masterful when given the opportunity and also working hard on both ends of the floor.
I definitely do agree. She's on the bench right now. She has 10.7 rebounds and 3 blocks, doing as much as she can do in her position to do something and get the energy for Nigeria going. 5
points is what it currently stands at. They have a chance to bring it back to just one possession. It's been a fight back here because Mozambique were up as much as 11. Okoro. Mokoli tries to lob it to Akpana. Cross court now. The shot clock winds down. Okoro's got to fire off. It comes off short. Rebound picked up by Pinto. Pinto working. Zita. Pinto has some space. Pinto steps to the right. The shot just short. Look at the work on the inside. And there is Mukaro able to pick up the rebound and pick up the foul.
I mean, she's just doing tremendous things as she's done at the start of the game. You see her right here diving in, getting the offensive board over Kalu and putting it back up to get that foul. And you just love to see her energy from start to finish.
Has been unrelenting, Mukaro, so far. Every chance she gets is trying to make sure that she can spur her team on, leaning into her veteran experience. '19 MVP for Ferroviario de Maputo. And she gets the second as the lead goes up to 6 points. Okonkwo off. Substitutions here. Balogun.
Mozambique in a high zone defense, 3-2 right now.
The kick out. We'll see if the defensive change forces something different as Macaulay's shot can't find its range. Zita gets into a world of trouble there, but bailed out by none other than Mukaro. Mukaro hesitates. Balogun trying to stay in front. That's some good defense there from Balogun. 7 seconds now left on the shot clock. Trying to hold their nerve, trying to stay within the flow of their offense.
Yeah, they've been playing very well together in this game. They have 14 assists, and that's what you want to see from a team trying to beat the #1 country.
Beautiful drive. Vilma Kovane will draw the foul. They are being rewarded for the aggression. That's the 4th team foul. See, getting by Akpana and forcing the foul. And that's going to be, I think it's the 4th foul on Macaulay. Unless the foul was called on the interior there, it's Kunai Akpana will pick up her first foul.
Yeah, that was definitely a good take to the basket for Kovane, which is needed as Lea Donge is on the bench, but you like to see that there's no lapse when new players are getting fresh legs on the court.
Tap back by Kunai. On the miss. Okoro. The Tigress under some pressure. Macaulay drives inside, no call. It's handed back to Akpana, who finishes.
Yeah, I've always been told, don't ever save the ball under your opponent's basket. And Palace was rewarded 4 points.
Kunai Akpana picks up her 4 points. There's a drive, nothing there. And whistle is the push. Kovane picking up the offensive foul, so it's called the defensive foul, 2 shots because Mozambique are in the red.
Yeah, so Nigeria needs to understand this opportunity since they are in the bonus right now to attack the zone. Mozambique has been in the zone for the majority of the 3rd quarter. Long arms, but if you jab right and attack left, you are able to create something.
Given the state of the game and the scoreboard, this is where it just got to be in the moment, make the shots count that matter. They draw it back now to 4 points. The first make. Trying to hold a nerve, and she does. Kunai Akpana has been one of the players that's trying to help Nigeria get back here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, we talked about adversity for both teams, Mozambique to keep this lead, but for Nigeria to cut the league, and that's exactly what they have been doing in this 3rd quarter.
Slowly grinding back, slowly working themselves into a position where they can challenge for the lead. Mukaro steps by the defense. That one comes off the front iron. Beautiful rebound inside by Balogun. She'll carry the ball up. The Tigress pressured. Well, on the scoreboard at least. Pass to Okoro. Been given some space in the zone. They almost look uncomfortable with the amount of space they've been given on the offensive end.
Yeah, because they're in that zone, Mozambique wants Nigeria to shoot the basketball because they're such a force inside. And Mozambique has really played some amazing defense in this game.
A chance for Francisco, the young 18-year-old in her first tournament, to get on the floor in the final minute of this 3rd quarter. Shot rattles off. Mozambique keeping this slender 3-point lead. Francisco. Mukaro trying to find Kovane. 6 seconds on the shot clock. She decides to go. There's a rebound by Balogun. Now both teams play good defensive possessions consecutively. There was a chance for a 2-for-1. But here, Amo Kamara calling for it. Shot rattles off. There's a rebound passed into space. And there is Okoro getting the 2.
And this is the momentum Nigeria has wanted. They are winning this quarter 18 points to Mozambique's 15.
The kick out pass. This should be the final. Francisco shot sent back. And what a good bit of work. On defensively there by the D Tigers. Well, 3.3 seconds left. Mozambique gonna try to keep this lead going into the 4th quarter.
Nigeria had 10 second chance points while Mozambique had 5, so we'll see what this one does.
Mukaro can't get the shot off. Balogun defensively again doing some really great work. The block keeps the lead for Mozambique, but at the end of 3, it's a 1-point differential as Mozambique holding on. Well, what a topsy-turvy battle we have here in Abidjan as we take a look at the stats. Ifi.
42% from the 2 for Nigeria, while 23% from the 3 for Mozambique. And free throws, Nigeria got to the free throw line 22 times. That's 64%. So they definitely stepped it up in this third quarter.
Third quarter, best plays. And, well, fight back here from the D Tigers started from the defensive end. But you look at that pitch-perfect pass into space and a beautiful finish from Kovane on the break.
Yeah, she's been very tremendous, taking up some time that Leo Dawn was on the bench, and she has been doing what she does best.
The foul narrative is something we'll see happen, but Veloso decided to go glass. Didn't call it, but it doesn't matter because the deposit comes with interest.
And here again, Kovane stepping back, and she called that bank too, shooting up that shot. She had an earlier 2-point basket, but that makes her have 5 points in today's game.
Musa, in moments, has been fantastic. One of her 3 blocks, 10 points. Okonkwo finding her first field goal in this second half. And Okonkwo moved up to just 4 points, working hard on the glass. And now we're starting to see just signs that there are some chemistry starting to come back to the continental defending champions.
We can definitely say Nigeria had a very, very slow start in today's game.
QR code so you can download the app for Courtside 1891. Get some extra insight in terms of the scores. Follow the live scores if you're unable to see the game. But join the FIBA family. Fourth quarter. And sees Mozambique holding on. They've led through all 3. The D Tigers have not seen adversity like this in competition for a while.
No, but this is going to be very good for them to face this adversity because this tournament is a long tournament and anything can happen in women's AfroBasket.
Anything can, and it has.
Yeah.
As you see the pass, Pinto sets her feet, comes right off in front. Well, there's a charge for Francisco, and she can't finish as the defense holds again. Work from Balogun. She has got fast hands. The reflexes have just been outstanding.
Yeah, 7 blocks for Nigeria to Mozambique's 1.
3 of those to Musa. Balogun has got 3 of her own. Francisco rushes the shot. Akpana controls. It's Balogun, Okoro, Amukamara, and Macaulay. They are on the floor right now. Macaulay driving. The kick out. Amukamara's feet are set. Drops in the 3. And Nigeria, they take their first lead in this one in the second half.
Not too much for Amukamara as she shoots her shot and makes that 3.
She's been lethal from the outside. Set back by Akpana. And defense holding. Mukaro spins in. Another block.
And this is the temple of a true Nigerian team. It started on the offense, and you see Palace blocking her shot so hard. And it's amazing to see the new rhythm and energy from Nigeria.
Well, they might start to believe just a little bit. This is the first time Nigeria has seen the lead in a while. Mozambique has led for 18 minutes in this one. Just 6 minutes of a lead for Nigeria. Pinto turns, and there is another good defensive possession.
That block could have been the game changer for Nigeria to set the tempo as they're up by 2 in this 4th quarter.
That talked about adversity. If we hear some adversity for Mozambique. Macaulay. Kick out, Amukamara. Patient pass to the corner. Kalu's back. Pinto, that is sky high. Fetches that one from the clouds, drives, and will pull up. Zita. Handoff. Pinto. To cover the paint well into the passing lane is Amukamara. Puts her body on the line and will pick up the foul call. Getting into the lane well.
Yeah, That was a good offensive rotation, but Promise Amukamara was there to deflect that pass and cause the foul and reward Nigeria with an offensive opportunity right now.
Substitution as Pinto was off. Three there, Kalu back on. Kalu. Amukamara still happy to sit in their zone. McCauley jabs, put up the shot. That one comes just off the front of the rim. Pitched ahead to Kovane, and sharp work once again defensively as saves the possession there. That's Amukamara.
You see a different type of energy that Nigeria did not show in the first quarter, but you see again Amukamara getting to the ball and not allowing any shot attempt for Mozambique.
Akpana and McCauley, there are Musa and Okonkwo back. Chiziani kicks to Kovane. Zita. Mukaro. Well guarded, the switch comes in there. Drop off into space, Kovane trying to look for the foul. Kalu got a clear path. Kalu attacking, gets the foul, and that is a big time finish by Yasin Kalu.
Big dog Kalu knew what she had to do, use her body on this steal, goes up strong against Mozambique and gets the foul.
Well, if anybody was going to try and lead from the front, it's got to be Kalu. And you see, slow to get up, waiting for her teammates to come and collect as she pushes up to 13 points. Tied for the top scorer in this one as Mukaru's got 13. She has a chance to own that with the conversion here from the free throw line. Drops it in. 4-point lead now. The Tigresses fighting their way back. Mozambique, pressure on them. Chiziani. The handoff to Zita. Wide open shot for Chiziani, gets through that elevator screen.
Yeah, that was a great play for Mozambique, knowing that they are coming off of a little lapse right here against Nigeria's defense, but when they called that play, they wanted Chizani to set her feet and shoot it, but Musa, or they gave the foul to Kalu.
Yeah, strong pick and using Kovane's frame to make sure that they can get the wide open shot. This is going to be Mozambique basketball, fresh 14 seconds. Zita, they run a different play. Mukaro kick out, Zita, shot. This one right left. Kalu can't control, they have numbers now. Mukaro willing it in. Francisco does well. Francisco!
She did not give up off that play. She got the offensive board and powered it back up to give Mozambique 2 points.
That's her first 2 points in AfroBasket, making her debut. It's a big time play. Bringing it back to a possession. Musa inside. And that is every time she catches it, you have got a job ahead of you.
She gets up and she jumps high as she's fouled from a white jersey. Kavana has 3 personal fouls right now for Mozambique.
Chance here for Mujanantu Musa. Got to hold the nerve. This is where I always say you throw the stats out the window, especially in the fourth quarter. Got to make what is ahead of you.
Exactly.
Empty trip for Musa. The game stays at a 3-point gap. Chiziani. Running through the screens. Shot clock at 4. Mukaro turns. Does get the shot off. There's Okonkwo after a good defensive possession, picking up the rebound.
Great defense by Nigeria in that segment.
Kalu finding space, drop off to Musa. Musa Wow, no. It's shorted. And you can see the frustration there on her face. She really wanted that to fall, and this probably be the big moment in the game because it's time now for Donge to come back in. Final 5 minutes and 50 seconds has been held off because of foul trouble.
Yeah, we're going to definitely see her step it up a notch for Mozambique.
Shot short. Execution going to be crucial. This is what I like to call the pressure test for both teams. Zita. Donge. Chiziani. That matchup, Musa, Donge. The pass is pitched across Chiziani. Well, looked good out of the hand. Donge tried to steal it back. Okonkwo for Nigeria. Okonkwo turns up and under, count the bucket.
We love that she got the ball at the low post and sliced and diced between two Mozambique jerseys and laid it up.
Well, now it's a 5-point lead, and we're going to get a timeout call for Mozambique, and Coach Nasir Saleh wants to have a chat here. And this one now has taken a different perspective where it's got a different feel to it because the Tigresses are in a position that they will know well because they are in the lead.
Yeah, they know this position very well by being in that lead, but we talked about the adversity that teams face in tournaments and in games, and we see how this has helped and the way that Nigeria is moving the ball to put them up by 5.
Well, 26 points in the paint. They said they led by 11. When you look at what Mozambique have done well, they have hit threes, and I think that's been the one aspect in the second half where they've just struggled a little bit because they've got good looks and the ball is just not going down at this point.
Yeah, no doubt about Mozambique has been playing an exceptional game, staying with it with Nigeria, but sometimes when they get to the basket, they're missing these easy chippers that Nigeria was doing in the first quarter.
Just one made three in the second half for Mozambique, and that's been the difference here. But Mujanante Musa's play, well, we have another look at it. It's been a block party inside for Nigeria. They have been able to get the ball and keep it outside, and they've really worked hard on the interior. 10 blocks in total, just to the one there of Mozambique.
They knew how much this game means to them, and so having a block party today is key.
Well, they need to continue that, but this is going to be a crucial part of the game. Yeah. Last 5 minutes, Mozambique have showcased that they can push ahead, and they will look to their floor leaders to try and bring them back. Veloso driving in, and John likes the matchup there against Samu Kamara, draws her into the foul.
I mean, that's a great take from Veloso with velocity going towards the basket and creating that contact with Samu Kamara to get to the free throw line.
Now she has both U.S. and Mozambican nationality. She's a consistent guard and a club leader for Ferroviario de Maputo. University of Cumberland's in the NAIA, where she played some of her college basketball, and chance here to just pull it back. Gets cold, holds the nerve.
Full court pressure right now for Mozambique to slow the offense of Nigeria and waste time on the clock for them.
Chiziani. The defensive end, there's Veloso Kalu. Picked off by Mokaro. Just gets ahead of Amukamara to get the layup in.
I mean, that was a not so long court, great pass from Kalu to Amukamara. You got to take care of the ball right now. It's 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Mozambique only down by 1.
Mokaro, wow, that was great scoring. Baseline jump shot from Kalu. Well, that's around Donge. There's a call and the foul is on the ground. And just wait to see where the foul is going to be called.
Ooh, this is not a good look for Mozambique right now as Leah Donge has 5 fouls as she heads to the bench. A leader, a vet, and a legend for Mozambique.
We spoke about it being critical moments, so she will no longer take part in this one down the stretch. It's going to have to be her teammates to carry them across the line.
Yeah, that's a big loss for them, but Chizani has been stepping it up in place of her while Leah Donge was on the bench with fouls.
Veloso trying to guard Amukamara. There is contacting, and they've been increase on the aggression quotient inside the paint here by Nigeria, and it's part of the reason they've been able to pull back. You look at the work from Amukamara there, the driving baseline and drawing the foul from Veloso.
15 out of 25 from the free throw line is really good right now for Nigeria.
Probably want to push that up to around 80%, but they'll take whatever they can get. Just here, Amukamara. Second one falls up. Musa, Sky, Musa! Wow, great work again.
She knows what's on the line here. Getting that offensive rebound from that free throw is putting them in a good position.
Really has been standout inside the paint. Veloso asking for the screen. Lucaro trying to work against Balogun. The drive from the top is finished well by Kovane. Kovane, great read there, keeps it at just 2 points. Kovane pushes the total to 9. Nervy moments for both teams. Try for Amukamara, slipping in, gets the finish. Wow, great read.
What a great move from Amukamara as she slowly gets up. You see here her going up and getting that foul. A little hezzy, and she connects for a two-point basket.
She's been so considered in the way that she reads the game. That's going to be a chance for her to just push up. She gets the 4th foul there on Kovane. Foul trouble really is starting to factor into the way that Coach Nasir Saleh has got to try and figure out his rotations, but well, Amukamara alongside Musa, they've been 2 factors that have really kept the D-Tigresses in this one. 13 points. For Kalu. Veloso. It's back up to 5. The drive. Chiziane loses control. It's picked up by Musa. And it's the moment here for Kalu.
It's been a very physical game, and Kalu takes an elbow to the face from a Mozambique player. I mean, this whole tournament has been bumps and bruises for everybody, but that's just the joy when you are, you know, playing for your national team.
I've heard you say it before, and you understand the level of physicality that happens on the floor. Kalu, well, that was the referee's timeout. They were looking to substitute her. She says that she's okay, and it will be Nigeria basketball on the baseline. Amukamara, the largest lead of the game here for Nigeria. Amukamara lobs it to Okonkwo. Okonkwo, just a tad bit strong. Would have wanted that just to give them some comfort on the scoreboard, but Mozambique here, opportunity to keep it close. Inside to Kovane. Kovane goes left. Kovane tried the banker. Just caught in between as Musa, again, he just has magnets on the hands as the ball falls in on the rebound.
I think Musa has been the one player on Nigeria that's been on the floor this whole game, aside from Kalu, just battling and doing what she does best. And she does a lot of the little things, and that's why she's on the court.
The drop off there to Musa, you see the finish on the other side, the rebound that she got, that gives Kovane 5 fouls, so she fouls out. And Mujanatu Musa, double time as she's got 12 points and 10 boards, but also blocks on the defensive end, and really has been a talisman inside the paint.
Yeah, her energy is impeccable in this fourth quarter that Nigeria did need to get back within the game.
There's still plenty of time left, though, for Mozambique. Both teams will know that. There's a whole book to be written in the final 2:25 in the narrative of this contest.
Two of their star players on Mozambique has fouled out. So we want to see what and how they play. They are a smaller lineup right now, but that is it can be a good thing for Mozambique, as they will be more agile and more fast to create something on offense.
It means young Ayolanda Francisco will come back onto the floor. She has given them some production. But this will be the most pressure she's faced in her young career. Musa, well, empty the last time. This time struggles again. That has been the only area of a game you can fault, the ability to make free throws under pressure. Francisco. Mukaro drives baseline. Mukaro up at Musa. And this time it's Mukaro's gonna draw the foul.
She has not let up for this Mozambique team. She drives right hard to the paint and gets fouled by Musa, awarding her 2 free throws.
Picking her moments for sure is Mukaro. And with that, this gives her a chance to bring this one back. Hasn't been to the free throw line too often, just 1 of 3. And 30% from the field, but you don't count that. You look at the production she's given them for those 15 points.
Yeah, and the energy she has brought since the start of this game.
Ball change here as the temperature rises. it's sweaty palms time for everybody. Shot drops in. 50%. 2 of 4. Second one is strong. Musa, importantly, holds the rebound.
If you're Nigeria, you want to use the whole shot clock. You don't want to rush a shot and shoot fast. You want to take as much time out of the clock and then get the best shot.
Amukamara looking to find Musa there on the inside. This one spills out. Now you see the frustration from Musa. The missed free throws, the foul on the other side, and now a turnover. It's a series of possessions that has not gone away. Zita. Hands off to Pinto. Mukaro. They go late into the shot clock on this one. The kick to the corner. Mukaro working hard. A pass is picked off by Kalu, who's not going to rush the offense. He's going to try and control it, take as much time off the clock as possible.
And that's her being the veteran leader, setting up her team.
Okonkwo, though, turns in really quickly. That's well defended.
That's not a good shot.
Gives a little bit more time here, a little bit of hope to Mozambique. Zita. Pinto. Try to manufacture a shot. I think the foul call there on Kalu before what appeared to be a travel.
And because of that rush shot from Okonkwo, they gave an opportunity for Mozambique to put some more points on the board, while Pinto went and drive to the basket, and the foul is on Kalu, and she has 3 fouls.
4th team foul. Should be on the sideline. Still, the score keeps it at a possession. Zita attacking. Pinto will catch and shoot. Pinto shot rattles off the iron. It's into the hands of Kalu. Again, happy to slow it down. Kalu will take as much time as possible. Amukamara, pressured by Mukaro. Amukamara stepping back, it comes off the front. Iron, Macaulay A foul has got to happen for Mozambique. Macaulay kicks out to Kalu. They're going to let it run. Kalu inside and putting a cap on it. That might be the exclamation mark. Okonkwo steals quickly and another score. Nigeria, well, they've stolen it away here. Those are big plays for the Tigers.
Those are two big plays for Nigeria.
Shot from the corner. And Francisco, there it is. That's a fascinating end,
wow.
But Nigeria and the D-Tigers, they hold on. They were tried and they were tested, but they definitely came out on top. So holding on to their 26-0 record, they had to fight for this one. Mozambique, well, they take a bow. They've sent the message to the rest of the teams in AfroBasket in 2025 and really have tested the defending champions.
Not only is my blood pressure boiling, but all of the Nigerians watching this game, you don't see any celebration from the Nigerian national team because they know they had to fight their way back, but that's a good win for them and how they overcame adversity. But Mozambique, you got to give props to them because they played an amazing game.
Final score, it's 55-60 to Nigeria, who will now advance to the quarterfinal with that win. And for Mozambique, they will head to the qualification for the quarterfinals. Well, wow, what a drama-filled game that was. And to the D-Tigers, they're able to hold on. And credit to the pearls of the Indian Ocean as Mozambique. Well, that was a highly credible performance.
Amazing game for both teams. Mozambique should not hang their head because they played phenomenal from start to finish. But Nigeria, being Nigerian queens they are, was able to come out with this win.
Reasons for fans of Nigeria to be happy. They continue to build their legacy, looking to try and go 5 times. They want to lift the trophy. 26 games, they have been undefeated. Mujanatu Musa with her 12 points, 13 points for Promise Amokamara. And Azim Kalu down the stretch there. They're the veteran leader making some really big plays when it mattered, and that is how they were able to get across the line as far as Nigeria are concerned.
Some way, somehow, they got it done and got the win. They ended up having 11 assists, which is much needed for them to facilitate the ball and get the win.
Well, they really had to put in the work for sure. And Musa, she will take a bow. I think definitely one of her standout performances. She had 12 rebounds to go along with the 5 steals and 3 blocks, and just filled the stat sheet. A great individual performance that helped carry her team across the line.
And not only did she fill the stat sheet, she did multiple things that her team needed. She talked, she dove on the ground for the ball. She did things that did not show up on the stat sheet. So it was an amazing game for Musa, where she ended up with 12 points and 12 rebounds.
Well, now some celebration as Nigeria, they found a way to qualify. And when we have a look at the stats there, 46% from the field, and 4 of 20 for Mozambique, who really struggled from three-point line in the second half.
Here, Nigeria out-rebounded Mozambique by 5, just 47 rebounds to 43. Turnovers was 20-17, and now Nigeria is cheering because they understand what that win was.
Have a look at those top scorers. Kalu leading the way. Mokaro 16, Kovane 9 on the other side, and Amukamara, well, I really liked the shot selection, the way that she paced and tempoed the game, and was a floor leader when needed. But it takes a team to get you across the line, and then the D-Tigers, well, let's have a look at those fourth quarter plays.
Yeah, here you go, Mukamara shooting her shot. She does not too much, not too little, but she does what she needs to do for her team as she chucks up the shot and makes it and cheers and gets the points on the board for her team.
The ball pitched out there. Talked about Amukamara. It was lethal from the three-point line when it mattered. It was the block count, and you see the work from Akmana. It was they were really physical inside the paint. At times it was a terror to try and get inside. Every single time there was an attempt inside the paint, there was an opportunity to get a block. Francisco, young player making her debut. working hard on the interior. There's a bright future for her based on what you see in that first bit.
Yeah, there's going to be a bright future for Francisco, the one that got the rebound right now and laying it back up. She's going to be a shining star for Mozambique.
Okonkwo, that was a beautiful bit of footwork and awareness, getting between the two defenders to pick up the score. And, well, it took all of Nigeria's experience and execution in the fourth quarter to try and get it done.
And I want to just talk about this. Nigeria is going to face this again in this tournament. Everyone's coming for them, and they showed today that they can come up and play. But again, Mozambique did amazing, but as you see on your screen, Nigeria took the dub, leading this way 60-55.
Qualification it is for the D Tigers, and you see them there at the top of the group for Mozambique and Rwanda. Qualification to the quarterfinals, which will take place on Wednesday in cross-group play. But for now, the celebrations will continue in Nigeria. They've done, for the first part of the tournament, its job done, and they will move on to the knockout section of the tournament. Well, the game has come to an end, and second game done. Well, it's been eventful to say the least. We have two more fixtures, and you can catch them right here, and we will see you a bit later.